You're watching Kettle Messages Tarot with your Oracle and Reader the Gemstar. It's time to spill some intuitive tea together again. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Reach out to the Gemstar for your own personal private reading at kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site. The link is in the description box below. Now let's shuffle the cards and spill the tea. Welcome back, everyone, to another Kettle Messages Tarot live reading with the Gemstar. These are the general random intuitive tea spillings on Kettle Messages Tarot. And this tea spilling, this reading will focus on what is being revealed at this time in any current situation. This reading, once again, is alive on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar. I will be spilling the general intuitive random tea with you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel, for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. If you want your own personal private reading with us, reach out to us through our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site. In the description box below, there is a link to the website. Once again, I'm your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar, and this is the General Live Intuitive Tea. Welcome back to another live on Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar, here to spill the random general intuitive tea with you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for joining us during the lives and hitting that like button and commenting and letting us know if the readings are resonating. If not, check out the rest of the channel and the other readings on the channel. Let's see what is going on at this time, what's being revealed in this general intuitive tea spilling. Let's see what is being revealed at this time. For those tuning in, what messages need to be heard? What needs to be exposed, Spirit? What is going on at this current time? For those tuning in to the general random tea. Someone is feeling guilty at this time in this general tea. That's the way this tea is kicking off. Someone here is feeling guilty that they've allowed themselves to be misguided, deceived, have the wool pulled over their eyes, have been taken in by a scam, a con. Someone here has had an epiphany. The light bulb has gone off. The masks have fallen off. You're starting to see people, places, situations, and things as they are, for what they are, for who they are. There have been people and situations that have disappointed you, have let you down. And there's a sense of feeling guilty over being taken in for a fool or as a fool. Someone may be feeling foolish at this time for allowing themselves to be misguided, to be distracted, to be lied to be gaslit. But the light bulb has gone off, and at one point when someone wasn't listening to their intuition, they're listening to their intuition now. It's like someone here has learned from past experiences that when they have not listened to their intuition, they have been distracted, they have been misguided by others. And now someone here is absolutely trusting their intuition, listening to themselves, waking up to certain realities, dealing with situations as they are. Someone here is going through a deep transformation. Someone here is reflecting, looking at themselves, their life, their situations, their connections, their friendships, their relationships, looking back at the ones that have disappointed them, where there has been regret, resentment, hurt, pain, loss. Someone is learning and growing through trials and tribulations, growing through secrets that have come out into the light. Someone now has the power of the truth within their hands, and they're working with this truth to open their eyes to certain realities that they need to at this time for their own highest good, to remove themselves from toxic people, places, and things. Especially people who are deceptive, who are lying, who are gaslighting, who are wearing masks. Someone here realizes that they took a risk with a friendship, a relationship, a situation, and it didn't turn out the way they had hoped. They were left brokenhearted, disappointed, or with a big loss. Someone here took a risk, and that risk did not work out. And now they're left with a void. How do I fill this void? What do I fill this void with? I'm going to fill this void with transformation, with changing of the self, with dealing with situations and realities that have been exposed and have come out to the light. These truths that have come out to the light allow for transformation, for change within the self, change within the situation, the connections, and the relationships at this time. How do I fill this void? How do I choose the light over the darkness? It's easy to feed the darkness when you're feeling a void, where you're feeling lost, where you're feeling fooled, where you're feeling let down, where you're feeling deceived. The question here at this point is finding ways to feed the light rather than the darkness. It's easy to go to the dark side, right? It's easy to seek revenge when you find out that you have been used, that you have been lied to, that you have been fooled. It's easy to go into the dark side. You're being asked by spirit, don't give in to this dark side. Don't give in to this energy of vengeance. Don't give in to this energy of depression. A lack of direction, a lack of focus. Find empathy for yourself. Find the wisdom. Find the lesson in this situation. Allow that to feed you. Allow that to be part of your wisdom. Allow these truths to help you grow and transform and change. This is a time of healing, of transformation, of absolution, of nurturing yourself, of being kind to yourself, of releasing an energy of feeling guilty over situations that were out of your control. You could not control that person's behavior, that person's attitude, that person's addictions, that person's choices. That was out of your control. Yes, you have been disappointed in this situation, but you also have learned what is not good for you, what doesn't work for you. The truth about certain people in your life. And this is hurtful. This is heartbreaking to find out how certain people operate in your life. But now you're starting to see them without the mask, working with the rubble, working with the destruction that their lies and their games have caused in your life. Now the focus comes back to you. Will you feed the darkness? Or will you heal yourself and start feeling the light? Giving yourself courage, giving yourself confidence, giving yourself a new beginning, giving yourselves chances at life again, at love again. Not allowing someone else to steal your joy. Your joy is yours. Happiness is your choice. But it is difficult to find that happiness when you're feeling a void that someone has left. Due to game playing, due to gaslighting, lies, deception, betrayal. Yes, it is difficult. What Spirit is asking you to feed the light, to be kind to yourself and others, even if they're undeserving, unworthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of the forgiveness. You are worthy of the kindness. You are worthy of the healing and transformation. After feeling like you've allowed yourself to be taken in by a con, by a fraud, by a deceptor. This was a test in your life. This was a test to bring inner change. Inner change that is much needed and is being called for your courage at this time. There are changes that have to happen within yourselves. This situation, this friendship, this relationship that came into your life, that fooled you, that deceived you, that betrayed you, that broke your heart, that disappointed you, that let you down, was here to teach you something about yourself, about allowing yourselves to be deceived, to be lied to turn a blind eye at certain red flags when they were coming up. This was more to teach you about your own tolerance, about what you welcome into your life, about what you allow in. Are you part of this? Are you allowing in the darkness when Spirit is trying to call you into the light and trying to tell you, no, this is not good for you. This will only take you to the darkness, will only leave you empty, will only leave you with a lack of confidence, with a lack of love, with a lack of joy. This was a test to see if you're going to show up for yourself, to see if you're going to love yourself, to see if you're going to put yourself first, to see if you're going to call people out on these red flags, to see if you have that spirit of discernment, to see if you're willing to allow the universe to help you and listen to your intuition rather than the stories that are told to you. They wrap them up really nice with a nice pretty bow, these stories, these promises that are only full of deception. They only brought shame. They only brought shame with their temptation, with their obsessions, with their wretched excess. Excess of men, excess of women, excess of addictions, excess of alcohol, excess of drugs, excess of partying, of giving themselves options, excess of unnecessary risks, risking their connections. Their excess brought loss into their life, loss of a relationship, loss of money, loss of home, loss of security, But their greed is unsatiable. Their wretched excess, there's no limit to their hunger, to their greed. And that's what has someone here attached to the darkness. Their darkness is giving in to the temptations of the world, the temptations that come their way, those tainted offers that they so love to quickly take risks on, that left you alone, that left you brokenhearted, that left you as an option, that left you disappointed. Their excess which you're carrying the guilt for. It didn't work out because of something I did or I didn't do, something I said or didn't say. No, nothing you would have said, nothing you would have done would have changed its situation, because they have a void that they need to fill, a hunger that they feed with drugs, a hunger that they feed with food, a hunger that they feed with attention, a hunger that they feed with lovers and mistresses, a love that they feed with wasting opportunity, wasting money, breaking their promises to themselves, to others, because their greed, there's no limit to their greed. They're always looking for something else to fill this void. You wouldn't have been enough. Nothing you could have done, nothing you could have offered. That's why Spirit says, hey, let go of the guilt. Be done with it. Be finished with it. Say no to this situation, this connection, this friendship, whatever it is that you feel took you for a ride. Let it go. Be done with it. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your wisdom. Listen to that epiphany that you had that said, this is not good for me. Let's see. Let's continue. Let's continue this tea. So for anyone tuning in to the general random tea at this time, the story here is that someone is carrying the guilt of a loss of a relationship, a connection, something that didn't turn out as successful as it started, that lost its promise along the way. When someone decided to put on a mask and lie about why they were in that relationship, about what they were doing, what they were saying, gaslighting their partners, cheating and lying, stealing, giving into temptations, taking risks, unnecessary risks, risking the foundation of their relationships, their family, their own reputations, just to feed a greed, a void that they have. And so now the attention comes back to you. And Spirit says, it's easy in this situation to go towards the darkness, just like it was easy for them to be tempted to cheat. It was easy for them to lie. It was easy for them to betray you. It was easy for them to give into the darkness. It's harder to stay in the light. It's harder to be kind. It's harder to be not judgmental. It's harder to restrain yourself from seeking revenge. Yes, it is. Spirit knows what it's asking you is not easy. But let's take a look at what happened when we went the easy way, when we followed the passion, when we gave into the temptation, when we gave into their promises, when we gave into their lies, how easy it was. What did that leave you with? A void. A a detachment. What did that leave you with? Guilt. And now is a time for you to transform, for you to change, for you to return to us, for you to return to the living. Don't let this person think that they have killed you, that they have killed your spirit, that they have killed your dream. Nourish yourself at this time. The universe's love and protection is infinite for you. If it has chosen to rip somebody's mask off their face so that you can see the truth about someone who is deceiving you and hurting you, then yes, maybe the universe may seem cruel at times, but it's always doing it for your highest good. It knows what is best, even when you don't know what's best for yourself, even when you ignore your intuition, even when you ignore the red flags. The universe is still looking out for you. It won't allow you to hurt yourself, to ignore the red flags around you. It will keep showing you the red flags. It will keep giving you signs. It will keep giving you the receipts until you either choose to decide to face the truth or continue living the lie, continue living in the darkness, continue living with a mask on, continue lying to yourself, continue deceiving yourself, continue convincing yourself that you're happy in this type of relationship, friendship, or situation. Don't abandon yourself at this time, even if you have felt that you have been abandoned by another. What you want is commitment. What you need is commitment. What you seek is commitment. And so the universe removes what is not committed to you and asks you, how committed are you to giving yourself a happy, abundant life? How committed are you to yourself when people show up in your life not committed to you? There was a commitment promised in the past, an engagement made, a wedding planned and canceled, an engagement planned and canceled, a commitment of love and unity violated. This felt like a soulmate or twin flame. Someone convinced themselves that they were in a relationship that was committed, was a soulmate, a twin flame, or just the one. It was unique. It felt like it was a one-time, in a lifetime relationship. I've never had a connection like this. I've never met a person like this. This person came in, swept you off your feet, made you a bunch of promises, and then disappointed you, betrayed you, let you down, deceived you. As we said, there's confirmation that there was a lot of promises made and a lot of promise that seemed to be there at the beginning of a relationship, a connection. Again, confirmation that this relationship, as hurtful as it turned out to be, was fated. And it was fated for you to learn a lesson, for you to change and transform, for you to draw boundaries, for you to call and practice self-respect. It was for your growth, for your learning process, for your journey. This was a temptation thrown in your path. This relationship came out of the blue. You met this person. You were not even looking for love at this time. You were not looking for anyone. You were not even thinking about getting into a relationship when this person appeared in your life. This person was thrown into your life because at that time you needed to be tested, to see how committed you were to your life at that time. You may have been in the middle of starting a new job, starting a business, going back to school, working on your glow up. You were working on something very important in your life. At the time when someone showed up, swept you off your feet, romanced you, there were a temptation thrown in your way to distract you. At that time, you were being tested to see how strong you were, how committed you were to yourself, to your dream, to your goal at that time. If you were going to allow some stranger to come into your life and distract you. Some fell for it, allowed themselves to go into the dark side, follow that temptation, even after seeing red flags. And you're being asked again at this time, how committed are you to yourself, to your well-being, to your own dreams, your own goal, your life? How committed are you? Are you still committed to them, even though they let you down, even though they cheated, they lied, they disappointed, whatever they did? Or are you ready to let go? Are you ready to say no more? Are you ready to release the guilt? Are you ready to leave this unity, this connection, this friendship, relationship in the past? Are you ready to heal? Are you ready to make the necessary inner changes that need to be made in your life? Are you ready to start moving forward? Or will you give into the energy of revenge, of hate, regret, resentment? You have free will in these connections and these relationships that are popping up in this general T. You have free will whether you continue to give into this person in this situation where there may be a lot of physical attraction. The bedroom is hot and heavy. So when it comes to sex, it is on like Donkey Kong. There's nothing wrong in the bedroom. It is probably the best part of the relationship. Sex is probably the best part of this connection coming up at this time. You have free will to continue engaging with someone who has a huge void. You will never be able to fill it. They will never commit. They will continue to lie, deceive, and cheat, but they will continue to show up for that good sex. Those will be the times of celebration, of laughing together, of going down memory lane together, and then after the sex is over, then again, they will go out there to feed this void they have, to feed this hunger they have, to get attention elsewhere. They have no shame in their game. They're a player and they know it. When you want to talk to them about the relationship, they have nothing to say. They have nothing to say. For them, hey, you know how I am, you know how I roll. And if you continue to see me, to talk to me, to let me back in, that's on you. When we are together, we have a good time, right? That's what this person is saying and thinking. When we're together, I rock your world. So why are you complaining? If I'm so bad, why you keep letting me in? That's that confirmation at the beginning of the reading where it says that somebody is feeling guilty and shame about continuing to allow someone to fool them back in this type of toxic connection, with their gaslighting, with them putting it on you and not taking responsibility for their behavior and their actions. They could care less about someone else's feelings, because to them, hey, this is who I am, this is how I am. If you keep messing with me, then where's your responsibility? Oh, whew, we got the narcissist showing up, right? They can do no wrong. It's like, if you mess with me, if you let me in, if you continue to let me in, then I will keep coming in, taking what I want because I'm hungry, right? They have a void, they gotta feed it, and they will feed it with anyone and with anything. You giving them attention, you crying, you taking the blame for what goes wrong in the relationship, that makes them feel like a god or goddess, like they have all the control. And then they'll turn around and say, hey, you're choosing as well to see me, to talk to me. So this is how heartless this person is that's coming up in this reading. That's why it's saying, stop ignoring your intuition. Stop ignoring the red flags. Look at what is happening. This person's actions are speaking for them. Why do you continue to fall for their words when you should be paying attention to their actions at this time? They're already showing you that they're not committed. Right. They're showing up as, hey, I got other things to do right now. I spend this time with you. We had our date. We had fun. I gotta go do something else right now. I don't have time for you. When they get what they get, they ghost, they disappear with the excuse of, I'm busy. I got something else to do right now. I don't want to talk about commitment. I don't want to make plans for tomorrow. I don't want to make plans for next week. I don't want to make plans for next month. I got somebody else to go see right now, somebody else to talk to, something else to do. I already had my fun with you. This is how they operate. And Spirit says, sorry for the harsh truth. But that's what you have been ignoring. The harsh truth. That is what's being exposed to you. That is what's being revealed to you at this time. Their harsh truth. Their harsh truth. That it is a game that they play. And whoever allows them in is welcoming the darkness, is welcoming the temptation, is welcoming the addictions, is welcoming the codependency, is welcoming the narcissism and gaslighting by allowing this person in. You know, the devil's going to be the devil. The devil's not going to change for you, right? The devil's the devil, and that's it. And God is saying, I'm here, I'm the light. You got your guardian angel here. We've been sending you messages. We've been giving you red flags. We've been giving you receipts. But if you choose to ignore them, if you choose to ignore that at this time you should be focusing on you, on making changes to yourself, to your life, and you keep feeding into someone who is constantly disappearing in and out, then who you got to blame at this point, because they're the temptation. It is up to you to fight this temptation. It is up to you to say no. And they make it very difficult. Spirit is not saying that they're not making it difficult, because they come in a pretty package, right? They come in a pretty package. They check off some boxes on your list. And so they use that to manipulate and to hurt and wound and to get away with these games. You see, they know they should be more honest with you, but then the game would be over. If they're honest with you, then you cut them off, right? If they come out and they just tell you, hey, I'm just using you for your body. I'm just using you for your mind. I'm just using you for your money. I'm just using you. Then they know you're going to cut them off. They know you're going to block them. They know that the game will be over for them. So they continue the breadcrumbing. They continue the going hot and cold, love bombing, and then taking it back. How could they possibly tell you the truth? But they know they should. Oh yeah, you see how sneaky and sly and dirty and conniving they are. They know what they're doing is hurting you. They know that they should be telling you the truth. They know they have no intentions of sticking around, of staying around, of being committed to this relationship, to this connection. They know it. But they can't find the words to tell you. Of course. How could they possibly find the words to tell you that they're a dirty, sniveling, coward, lying individual, a user, looking out for their own good? Oh yeah. This is a test for you. This person is here to test you, right? Can you say no? Will you say no? Will you listen to your intuition this time? Will you stop ignoring the red flags? What's being revealed to you is that this person is playing games. They have no intentions of being transparent, of telling the truth, of being faithful, of stopping the betrayal, the treason, the treachery, the games. They have no intentions of stopping. If you continue allowing this person back, they will continue coming back, because for them, it is a game. It is a game, and their feelings are not involved here. Your feelings may be, you may be hurting, you may be crying, you may be feeling guilty. You may be wanting to return, you may be wanting them to return, but they're not feeling the same way. They're like, well, if you show up, you show up. If you call, you call. But as soon as you start with your complaining, with your crying, with your whining, I'm going to be out. Once I've had my fun, I will continue moving forward. You've been procrastinating. You know that it's best to leave this person alone, but you haven't made the decision to do so. You know you should go no contact with this person. You know you shouldn't be inviting this person in, inviting this person back, wishing this person to come back into your life. You know you shouldn't be doing that. You know you shouldn't be doing that. You know that you're coming off needy, and they know it. They're like, they need me, and they count on that. They count on your codependency. They count on your neediness. They count on it, because that gives them a seasonal pass, okay? That is their invitation in and out of your life. Needing them there, wanting them there, procrastinating on the no contact, on the cutting them off, on the stopping the communication with them. they count. Oh, and it's like, maybe I could fix them. Maybe if I give them time, maybe if I wait for them, they'll figure things out. Stop trying to fix them. They don't want to be fixed. They like this life. They like having eating. They like lying. They like wearing the mask. They like the attention. They got this endless void that nobody's going to fill. Nobody's going to be hot enough. Nobody's going to be rich enough. Nobody's going to be nothing enough for this person. There's no fixing this person. You're living in the lie and the delusion if you feel like you're going to fix this person, if your love is going to fix this person. If you procrastinate and you stick around long enough, you will see change. Absolutely not. They know they're lying to you. They know they're playing with you. They know it. They're doing it deliberately, on purpose. Okay? They're doing this deliberately, on being revealed. This is what's being exposed. And someone here, because they're codependent, because they're needy, because they're feeling guilty, feeling like maybe if I would change, if I would be different, if I would act different, if I would look different, no, nothing you change, nothing you try, nothing you do. It's not a you thing, it's a them thing. But they're counting on you to be needy, to miss them, to want them, to want to fix them, because that gives them an open door back into your life, and they come in and out. Oh, let me get this. Ooh, get over here. Confirmation, there it is. Confirmation. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Someone is wearing a mask. There it is. Confirmation, right? We were asking Spirit just now, are they going to be able to fix this person? Is this person going to change? Is this person going to have an epiphany? No. They're going to continue wearing a mask. They're going to continue being a liar, a cheater, someone deceptive. Because this allows them to use people. That is what's being revealed right now in this generality. That someone is lying and deceiving about being committed to someone else when they're not. See? They're not committed. They're already talking to somebody else. Someone here is staying optimistic about having a relationship with someone who is constantly cheating, who is constantly always looking for the grass greener on the other side, something better, someone better. They're already off talking to someone new. That is what is being revealed to you at this time. That's why they're lying. But hey, they're going to come back for that sex. They're going to come back for the good times. They're going to show up for that. They're going to show up for that. As we said, they know what they're doing is wrong. But they continue to do it because that's who they are. They're liars. They wear masks. They're deceivers. They're deceivers. And this one already has someone new in their life. While someone else is staying optimistic about trying to save a relationship, sticking around to see if their love would change somebody, if somebody would change and grow up and be committed and stick to their promises, to their word. What's being exposed to you at this time is to rip those rose colored off your face and to show you the truth. This person has no intentions of committing. They're already interested in somebody new. And that's why they act hot and cold. That's why they ghost. That's why they don't reply when you reach out to them. As Spirit said, you have free will. You have free will whether you continue to allow this person who is already deceiving you, who has already moved on to a new connection, to continue to tempt you into making yourself an option for this person. Has been Kettle Messages Tarot, spilling of intuitive tea. These are general readings. I'm your oracle and reader, the Gemstar. And we hope we revealed something to you today. May you have a blessed weekend. Ciao. Support your content creators. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And to receive your own personal private reading, book it at our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site, in the description box below.